When people say, he just got lucky, I don't argue. I just smile quietly because I know something they don't. This world doesn't run on luck. It runs on habits. Luck is a story people tell themselves while they wait. Habits are what winners build while everyone else is watching. Every small decision you make each day is a vote for your future. The way you wake up, the way you respond to rejection, the way you think when things fall apart. That's the real game. Your habits are either building you or quietly breaking you. Take Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times before creating the light bulb. Was that luck? No, that was discipline. That was repetition. That was a man who refused to let failure become his identity. Every morning, same fire, same effort, same refusal to quit. Or Abraham Lincoln, born into poverty, lost elections, faced setbacks again and again. Yet he rose to become one of the most respected leaders in history. Why? Because he built habits of resilience, learning, and persistence. Success is not an event, it's a system, and habits are the gears turning inside that system. You don't get opportunities handed to you. You build them, brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice. Most people scroll through life hoping something changes. A few people wake up and change something. That's the difference. You and every high performer in the world get the same 24 hours. But look at Steve Jobs. He asked himself one simple question every morning. If today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do? That's not luck, that's clarity. Look at Michael Jordan. He wasn't great just because of talent. He practiced when others rested. He pushed when others were satisfied. He made excellence a habit, not a moment. That's the edge. Average people follow mood. Great people follow mission. Your mind will tell you, skip today. Your body will say, you're tired. That's where the real battle begins. Because one skipped day feels small, but it's the crack where discipline starts to leak. And one small action, repeated daily, becomes unstoppable momentum. Think about this. If you improve just 1% every day, in a year, you're not the same person anymore. Not even close. That's not magic. That's math. Look at Walt Disney. Rejected, broke, called crazy. But he had a habit of protecting his vision. He kept showing up, kept creating, kept believing when no one else did. That's how dreams become real. Not by wishing, by working. And here's the hard truth. If you don't choose your habits, the world will choose them for you. And those default habits, they usually lead to comfort, not greatness. Comfort is quiet, easy, seductive, but it slowly trades your future for temporary peace. Discipline is loud in a different way. It demands effort, focus, sacrifice, but it builds something permanent. You don't become what you want. You become what you repeatedly do. So if you want to be a writer, write daily. If you want to be fit, train daily. If you want success, build habits that serve it daily. No shortcuts, no hacks, no one day, just today. Look at Andrew Carnegie, from a poor worker to a steel empire builder. Not luck, daily learning, daily effort, daily discipline. Or Nelson Mandela, years in prison, yet he built a habit of forgiveness. That habit didn't just change him, it changed a nation. That's the power you're dealing with. Habits are not just routines, they are identity. Every time you act, you cast a vote for the person you're becoming. So the real question is not, do you want to be successful? The real question is, are you willing to do what success requires every single day? Because in the end, people won't remember who wished for greatness. They remember who worked for it. And behind every overnight success, there are hundreds of unseen mornings. So tomorrow morning, when your alarm rings, understand this. You're not just waking up, you're stepping into a battlefield. Comfort versus discipline. Excuses versus execution. Old you versus future you. Choose carefully, because your habits are writing your story one day at a time.
Have you ever noticed how some people seem to bend reality in their favor, while others keep pushing the same boulder uphill their entire lives? Let me tell you a story. My name is Napoleon Hill. For over 20 years, I studied more than 500 millionaires, not from a distance, but up close. I sat across from giants like Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Theodore Roosevelt. And what I discovered wasn't luck, it wasn't talent, it was a pattern, a code, a quiet set of rules that successful people follow whether they realize it it or not. Now imagine this. You wake up every morning feeling stuck. Same job, same stress, same numbers in your bank account that never seem to grow. You know you're capable of more, but it feels like your life is playing on repeat. That frustration, that silent pressure, that's where every success story begins. Because the truth is, success isn't an accident, it's engineered. The first law, your thoughts build your reality. When I asked Thomas Edison how he kept going after thousands of failed attempts, he didn't talk about effort. He talked about belief. He said, I never thought I was failing. I only saw the result already working in my mind. Think about that. Before the light bulb existed, it was already glowing in his imagination. Your mind is not just a thinking machine, it's a magnet. Whatever you consistently think about, you start moving toward. So here's something simple but powerful. Every morning, take 5 minutes and write, I am ready, I am capable, I am becoming successful. Not someday, now. The second law, specialized knowledge wins. Most people try to learn everything and master nothing. But the wealthy, they pick one lane and go deep. Andrew Carnegie didn't know everything, but he surrounded himself with people who knew exactly what he didn't. That's power. Pick one skill, one field, one direction. Then go all in, because average knowledge gives average results. Precision creates dominance. The third law, never quit too early. Here's a scene worth remembering. An old man broke at 65. Knocking on doors with a chicken recipe, rejected again and again, 109 times. That man was Colonel Sanders. On the 110th try, someone said yes. Today, his recipe circles the globe. Most people quit when they're inches away from breakthrough. Success often hides behind one more attempt. The fourth law, fix your relationship with money. A strange contradiction lives in many minds. I want money, but also money is bad. That conflict is like pressing the gas and brake at the same time. Money is not evil. It's a tool. In the right hands, it builds schools, feeds families, creates freedom. Start telling yourself, I deserve wealth. I create value. Money flows to me. Say it every night for 30 days. Watch what changes. The fifth law, faith in action. When Henry Ford wanted to build the V8 engine, his engineers said it was impossible. Ford didn't argue. He simply said, build it anyway. And they did. Faith isn't sitting and hoping. It's moving forward even when logic hesitates. The sixth law, guard your time like treasure. Warren Buffett once said he avoids meetings that don't matter. Steve Jobs said he says no to 1,000 things to focus on a few. Time is the only currency you can never earn back. Track your next 7 days. See where your hours go. Then, cut what doesn't serve your future. The final secret. Your subconscious is always listening. Even when you're not paying attention, it is. It records your fears, your beliefs, your self-talk, and then it quietly builds your life around them. Feed it doubt, you get hesitation. Feed it belief, you get momentum. If you've made it this far, you're not just listening, you're thinking, and that already puts you ahead of most people. Because the world doesn't change for those who wish, it changes for those who decide and then act. So the real question is, what are you going to do next?